Okay, we're gonna keep it rolling with forms. I got my hat kicked to the back this time because we're really gonna get into gear or whatever. Nah. Let me go live with this again. So we're gonna look at some more inputs, but these are kind of special input types. Let me go ahead and set up this new form that I'm gonna do. Okay. Same thing. I'm gonna do hashtag link because I don't want this content to go anywhere in particular. Okay, so what we're going to talk about this lesson is we're going to talk about input type radio, excuse me, and the checkbox. So radio and checkbox, those are two that we're going to look at now. Okay, and they're set up the same way. Um, Using input type radio or type checkbox. We're going to do something a little different here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a labeled element, okay? And this label element needs an attribute called for, okay? And we'll discuss what that means in just a minute. But let's say I will do, um, I'll say label for format, okay? And inside of here, I'm going to write this down. I'm gonna do a p tag in here, and I'm gonna say select format. Okay, I'm gonna say this is like for music. You know how I get down. So I'm gonna do an input, and the type is gonna be checkbox. Okay, and this first one, I will say name. Sorry, get my head together. Name is going to be format. Okay, and value, I'll say that is going to be vinyl. And then right out here on the outside, I'm just going to type in vinyl, like so. Now I could put this inside of a p tag as well. I'd rather not do that. Um, or I could put the whole. Some people will wrap the input and everything inside of a p tag. I don't like to do that. That gets a little messy for me. So I'll just leave it as we have right here, like so. Okay, and then I'm gonna say do another input. This type is also gonna be checkbox, and the name is gonna be format. Notice that the name is the same as what we had for, and it should be that because what's happening is we're linking that label element to the inputs on the inside. So this one will be, we'll say compact. I'm going to write this camel case inside of there, compact disc, and I'll just say compact disc, like so. And let me do my little closing here. There's a reason why I do the slash in front of the chevron to indicate the closing of the input tag. So input type checkbox. I'll do one more. I'll say we'll do two more. So format value is going to be cassette. And I'm going to type in cassette. And then I'll do one more. Input type checkbox. Name, it's going to be format. Value is going to get digital. And I'll type in type digital on the outside. So this is a checkbox here, okay? And with the checkbox, what I can do is I can select multiple items, okay? So for example, let's say, you're filling out an inventory form or what have you, and how many formats, or select all the formats of a particular album that you have. Like for example, in this format, where I can click all four of these formats would be, say, Notorious Big's Ready to Die. I have it on vinyl. I own the CD. I have the cassette. Still have the cassette, and I have a digital version. So I could select all four of those. that is a checkbox. And I can add an attribute that is called checked, and that sets one of the checkboxes default as checked. Now I can uncheck it here, but the default setting of it is checked. Okay, so that is the the checkbox input type. Now let's look at the radio input type, and I'm going to do another label in here. And so for, we'll say genre. And FYI, I don't really subscribe to the idea of genre, but I know some people do, and I have reasons why I don't. I just leave that at that. I would recommend that you do some research on Nicholas Payton and his philosophy on genre as it pertains to music. And that's where I am. That is where I lay. I also read Amiri Baraka's Blues People in Black Music, and that kind of give you an idea where I stand on genre. You weren't prepared for that, but that's okay. I'm going to say input type radio, and name is also going to be the same thing as what I have here in the genre. I'm sorry, in the for attribute. So that needs to be genre, is what I mean. Say value, and I'll just say rock. Okay, I'm gonna make this real quick. I'm just gonna copy this and paste it a couple times just so you can get the idea of what's happening. So just copy, paste it one more time, and I'll change this one to blues, and I'll change this one to hip hop. And I'm going to camel case that as well, just because I like my values to be camel case one word. So this is blues, and this is hip hop. Okay, I'm not going to worry about doing a submit for this or anything. I don't need to do that, because if you understand the submit, it applies here as well. But what we added to our form is the label. Okay, and so this label here, we can put our input fields inside of that label. They can even go outside of the label tag if we wanted it to. And what we've done is we've created a checkbox and a radio. Now, the difference between a radio and a checkbox is a radio, I can only select one item at a time, okay? So if I'm saying select genre, say, I don't know, ask for maybe your number one favorite genre of music, or whatever, if you have genre, if you believe in such things. Here with the radio button, I can only select one. So here I have rock selected, and if I click on blues, then rock becomes deselected and blues gets highlighted. That is different again from the checkbox where you can select multiple items. Okay, so a good example of this, and what maybe you could do with this, is maybe do something like making a burger, making a hamburger, or making a pizza. Even pizza might be even better. Where if you're going to make a pizza, you can't have a medium and a large at the same time. That one pizza is going to be either medium or it's going to be large or small, what have you. It can't be two of two sizes at the same time. So there you would use a radio button. You would use a checkbox when you're talking about the toppings. So you can select as many toppings as you want to, and or not have any toppings at all. That's up to you. That's your business. But the checkbox allows you to select multiple items, whereas the radio, you can only select one item. Okay, so this is checkbox and radio. As always, play with it, do different exercises, think of different scenarios, maybe with vehicles, a car or a truck, and then all the features that you want in a car or truck. A dating app or something like that. Do you want one person or several? No, don't do that. Please don't do that. I'm not an advocate of that at all. But have different scenarios where you can only select one item out of a group, and also where you can select different items from a different set. So play with that some, and yeah, keep working at it, keep practicing. You'll get it eventually, but you're not going to get it just by looking at my handsome face talk about this stuff. You've got to do the work, okay? You've got to code. I cannot stress that enough. But yeah, that's input type radio and checkbox. And if you have any comments or anything, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Is good stuff. Peace, power, blessings. I'll see you all at the next lesson.